With Vicari Bidding Wars returning to their home base in New Orleans, we thought we'd offer this Cajun language lesson from auction manager Will Loomis.
P-Rog? Rougarou? You know what helps with working with people from Louisiana? Subtitles.
Today on Bidding Wars, we come to you from the shores of the mighty Mississippi in a place which evokes a lot of emotion, New Orleans. We're here at Mardi Gras World in New Orleans. Hi everybody, I'm Doc Riley, and today it's the emotion of buying a car. The struggle between one guy who really wants it, maybe he's always wanted this car, maybe he had one as a kid and he's putting his hard-earned cash up to get that car. He may be up against a collector who's going to take that car, maybe flip it, make some money. Emotion versus finance. The heart taking on the pocketbook. Joining me on the show today, Ted and Tripp are going to get us inside the emotion of bidding wars.
Before we start the auctions, let's focus on someone you've probably seen in the background, Henry Shane. A close friend and associate of Pete Vicari, this real estate developer owns cars of yesteryears in New Orleans, a collection museums in Michigan would really envy.
My collection now doesn't go back into the 30s anymore. I had those cars early in my first collection, and the problem is with them, I couldn't drive it. I like to drive, or the ability to drive, every car that I collect. And those cars are only usable on back roads. You can't get on the interstate. And my everyday car now is one of the cars in my collection, and I rotate the cars. My entire collection is on battery charges, gas, brake tags, ready to go.
And besides the one-off cars, Henry has also collected a variety of baby boomer memorabilia. Of course, once a collection like this reaches critical mass, it just keeps growing. To make room for future acquisitions, Henry occasionally thins out the herd, so he's offering 3 of his cars for sale here in New Orleans. Car number 1. By the mid-70s, muscle cars were starting to die off, but Oldsmobile hung in there longer than most by teaming up with shifter manufacturer George Hurst to produce special editions well into the 1980s. This 74 model is all the more rare for being a W30, a 455 rocket motor. Only 380 were made that year.
It's a nice car. I've had it maybe about 10 years in my collection. The car is probably about 85% restored. It was an original car that a lot of money's been spent on the restoration. It is all stock. All the numbers match. I believe that it being a W30 with the hand-built engines, that's the car of a future collectible that's really going to soar in another 10 or 15 years.
Do my eyes deceive me, or was that, Michael, does that write what's on the windshield right there? No reserve! Being offered at no reserve today. Let's sell this gorgeous Oldsmobile.
No reserves means that the owner is willing to sell it regardless of price.
Got 12.5,
15,000, and 12.5, 15 grand, and 12.5, when you get 15,000, but he's on it, and 12.5.
Were you not bidding? I saw that thing going up, and I cracked it.
Come on, guys, 12.5, when you get 15,000, let's do it, and 12.5, when you get 15, and 12.5, when you get 15.
Hey, spend that money. It'll grow back.
15,000, 15, 12.5, when you get 15.
No more doing that. No more.
No more. Got it, now 17.5.
He's got him.
17.5, jumps in.
Hey, you helped it, though.
16, 17, Jimmy.
17.
17,000. I got no reserve. 17. Is that a yes?
You're out.
17. Let's do it. At 16, we get 17,000. At 16, 17. And 16, we get 17,000. And chicken to be available when we get 17,000. 16, 17. Let's button it up. At 16, we get 17,000.
17, guys.
It is another 30. 16 when you get 30. 16,000 when you get 17.
What about you, sir?
17. What you say?
17,000.
W30.
Pretty nice.
W30.
Worth every penny of it. You know it.
16, 17.
Yeah,
at 16 when you get 17,000.
You did? Did you like them? Did you sell them good? Did you sell them good?
17,
Yeah.
Did you make money?
Selling it no reserve.
Well, back then I did. It was a few years back when he wasn't that old.
I hear you.
So $16,000 right over here, buddy. Thank you.
Upcoming, Henry brings one of the rarest late model Mustangs, the Shelby Hertz. Vicari's Bidding Wars is being brought to you by Nocona, Texas. Visit historic Nocona, the car capital of Texas. And by Vicari Auctions. Dream cars do come true. And by ARP, the world leader in fastener technology. And by Flowmaster, the exhaust technology company. Welcome back to Vicari Bidding Wars in the Big Easy, New Orleans, and some more cars from the Henry Shane collection. In 1966, Carroll Shelby struck an audacious deal with Hertz to supply 800 Mustang GT350s as rent-a-racers. On the 40th anniversary in 2006, Shelby repeated this stunt with convertible version following in 2007.
Shelby sold a series of 500 cars to the Hertz Corporation for rental purposes. No individual could buy a car. The only way you could acquire them is after Hertz took them out of their rental program. When Hertz did that, I bought 2 of the Shelby Hertz cars. I've had them for a long time. My children have been using them, and actually in another venue we have at Cruising the Coast every year. But I've been using them every year. Since that time, they have all bought other new cars and other convertibles. So I'm going to keep one and sell one. So I have one here in the sale. It's a rare car, and it's the right Saints colors. It's black and gold.
As in the colors of the New Orleans Saints, Henry? This car should increase in value as time goes on.
Very, very nice car here, guys. It is number 190 of 500. Only 500 ever made, and this is 190, good, reasonable, low number, and a beautiful car here. We'll start the bidding at $50,000. Look at 50,000. Look at 50. We get 50. We get 50. You got 25 on the money. Now 30. 25 to get 30. 25 to get 30. 25 to get 30.
They really are special because
25 to get 30.
They're not going to do it ever again now.
35 to get 35,000. 30 now 5. 30 now 5 to get 5. Dick, come on up and take a look at his car. 30 now 5. 30 now 5 to get 5 to get 5 to get 32.5, buddy. To get 32.5. 32.5. Now 35,000. 32.5 to get 35. 35 to get say 30.
Yes!
34 to get 34. 34 buddy to get 34. 33 to get 34. 33 to get 34 to get 34. 34 now 35.
35.
35.
What do you think, sir?
34, what do you
Put 35 on it?
Got your 34.5 right now. You feel anything coming on? Dang it.
Now 35,000. 35 to get 35. Now 35 is 36, sir. 36 to get 36. Now 37, 37, 38, 38 to get 39. 39.
Yep!
Hey!
41, when you get 41, when you get 41. 41, you doing it else when you get 41. 40, now 41. 40, now 1, when you get 1, when you get 1, when you get 40.
You win? Hey! Reserves off!
Reserve is off, folks. Reserve is off in New Orleans, Louisiana. I got 40,500. Now 41. 40,500. When you get 41. When you get 41. When you get 41. When you get 41. When you get 41, sir. You're out. You're scared. Say you're scared. I appreciate you bidding, though. 41. 40,500. When you get 41.
He's out. He said he's out. I need another drink now.
He said he's out. So. $40,500. Buyer 77 going to Texas.
If you look at the prices on those cars, they were stable for a while. That car is now moving rapidly. I've seen them advertised for $45,000 and $50,000. It's a Shelby, and it's a Hertz. So it's got it all, the pedigree that you would want to have. And I really believe I got a decent price, and the buyer got a bargain.
Is that the one I get to use in Nocona for the cruise now?
You can.
That one's okay. I can drive that one around?
Yes, you can.
That's a beautiful car. Very collectible. It's going to look great in the museum, right up front.
Yeah, it's a pretty thing.
Well, congratulations as always. I think you got a very special, very limited car there.
Yeah, it's Henry's too.
Oh, that even makes it sweeter, doesn't it?
And Henry's last car might be the sweetest, if not the rarest, coming up next. Welcome back to Vicari Bidding Wars and another of Henry Shane's collection crossing the block in New Orleans. At the height of the muscle car movement, nearly every division of every U.S. automaker fielded at least one entry. One of Mercury's forgotten road warriors was the S55, their version of the Galaxy 500 XL. This comes with a 428 engine, 4 on the floor, and is a convertible to boot.
It's a fantastic car. It's one of only 669 automobiles. This car is a big block, 4-speed transmission. It was in a dealership in Texas for many, many years on a showroom floor. I've owned the car maybe about 7 or 8 years. I'm upgrading my collection. I'm going to mostly all frame-off cars. This is a restored car, but not a frame-off car, but I think whoever buys this car is going to really enjoy it. It's a convertible with factory air-conditioned 4-speed. You can't beat the equipment this car has. If you are looking for the most desirable 60s convertible, this is it. And it's cool because it's got an emblem on it saying S55, and it confuses people. They think that's a Mercedes convertible.
You got to bid, because when you snooze, you lose, baby.
1,000, let's do it. At 22,500 to get 25,000. Y'all not looking here. Bill, this is 25, 22,500, now 5, 22,500, 5, 22,500, now 5, 22,500 to get 25,000. He's in. At 22,500 to get 25,000. Let's do it.
It was a one-owner car when I bought it, and they had painted it, and pretty much they just kept it mint, and it's got a new paint job, and the chrome and everything looks like it's brand new.
The S55, Q code, 428 cubic inch, 345 horsepower V8 engine, 4-speed transmission. That is so rare in a Mercury. Wayne, Michigan built, not a St. Louis car, but this is a Wayne built, better quality construction.
All right, here we go. 22,500, 25,000, 23, I got it. Now 24, 23,400, got it. Now 25, got it. Now 26, here we go. At 20, now 27, 26, here they come. They're looking at it now. At 26, now I'm going to get 27. At 26 and 27, here's the car you better buy. At 26, now I'm going to get 27. 26 and now I'm going to get 27. At 27, 27 and down. 27 and down. 27 and down.
Really neat. Check the door tag. If you know these cars, you'll see the number 5 under the transmission code. That indicates this is a real deal factory 4-speed car. Very unique. Check out the paint code, color code V. That is for Emperor. This is a hot car right here today. Check out the engine code, the letter Q's there. 428, 345 horsepower. Everything.
Yeah, right. That's correct.
Justin, 26.5 right there. Money's hooked up. 27. All fair, sir. 27. 27.5. Go back, Justin. 27.5. Now let's go back. Got it. Now 28,000. Yeah. 28,500. 28,500. Bidding war. Bidding now 28,500. It's a bidding war. 28,000. 28,500. Let's go, guys. Get it out. At 28,000. 28,500. Let's go. Button it up, guys. Let's go. At 28,000. 28,500. 28,500. 28,500. Are you? Let's sell the man the car. I'm trying. At 28,000 now 5 going once. 28,500 going twice. Let's go. Peter, S-O-L-D. So. Yeah. 28,000 fire number.
Well, I was sort of sad to see that car go. You know, it had a great place in my collection, and it was a really rare car. But, you know, I have to get rid of some cars to buy new ones, so I had to let it go. I think it brought a fair price again. It was a great car. It could have brought $10,000 more, and I would have not been surprised, but I think it brought a fair price here at the auction.
You look like you wanted that one.
I did want it. I've never seen one, so I had to have it.
What got you, the 428?
That and the 4-speed. Yeah.
And the convertible?
Oh, yeah, it goes without saying, the convertible aspect.
All right, you happy with it?
Well, time will tell, won't it? Right now I am. Till I have to pay, till I have to sign the check.
Now that he's done selling, Henry might start buying, starting with this 52 Merc.
Put this down because when we come back, you're going to see bidding wars in action. And I mean action.
Vicari's Bidding Wars is being brought to you by Nocona, Texas. Visit historic Nocona, car capital of Texas. And by ARP, the world leader in fastener technology. And by Borla, the world's most winning exhaust. And by B&M Racing and Performance, quality performance products that work. Welcome back to New Orleans and the Vicari Bidding Wars. And finally, a car not owned by Henry Shane, although it soon could be. This all-stock 1952 Mercury Monterey has the 255 cubic inch flathead V8, 3-speed transmission, chrome accents, two-tone paint, fender skirts, all the bells and whistles that make this a great boulevard cruiser. I don't know, Henry, there's an awful lot of interest in this car.
We got the owner, Michael. Take a look right here. What a beautiful, beautiful ride right here. She's a 52 Mercury. Terry Coupe, right here, guys. It is the right one.
Right here. Whatever you give, guys. Put her on the money.
Let her buy that car.
And look at 35. Leave it. Oh.
Let her buy that car. She wants that car. Let her buy the car. 35.
25,000 on this beautiful, beautiful 1952 Mercury. 20 grand. And now Gina being back and forth. 10,000 I got.
What about you, babe?
One more time. 1952 Mercury.
12,000. Be 11.
That's where most of the Mercury's built, because they built quality in each one of them. Here it is, 60 years later, that car looks fresh and new.
All right, 12,500 close in, 15 grand. Here we go.
Me?
Yeah,
no steer, no brake.
Oh,
no steer, no
stop
brake.
complaining.
Now 14 close. And now we get 14,000. This is $25,000, $30,000 car. Got her. Now 15.
You want it?
15.
You want it?
Now we get 15,000.
Sure.
14.
I want you to get this one.
And 14, 15. Somebody do it.
15,000.
14. Now we get 14.
What are you thinking?
14,500.
Are you sure? I appreciate it, though.
Beautiful car. Frame off restoration. 14,500 with Dallas. Take it. Now 15,000. 15,000 call. 15,000. Let's do it, sir. I know you can do it. At 15 grand. And now we get 15. 14,500. The money now 15,000.
Are you sure?
15. At 14,500. We get 15,000.
Hey, what about 14,750? What about 14,750?
I got her. Now 15,500. And now we get 15,500. Thank you. Say 15,500. Got it. Christina's in. Now 16,000. Go. Got it. Now 16,500. The money's on at 16,000.
There's your money. There's your money. There's your money.
You're in Dallas, right? You're out.
Why not? That's 16. Lift the reserve.
You can't recrawl it.
16 grand. 16,500. One more time, Phil. If you're going to sit there.
You're on hell. Let's get on. Let's tackle him. Let's tackle him.
Beautiful example. Early V8 Ford Club loves celebrating these cars. This is one of the last post-war flathead Mercuries produced. A great, rare example, and the beautiful workmanship they put into the restoration here.
Phil, you're an expert. What do you think the car's actually worth?
I'd say today in the market, they're looking in the $30,000, $35,000 range.
There's your expert, 30 to 35,000. I'm at 16 grand. Dallas is in. 16.5. I got 16.5. I knew we could do it. Now 17. You're right. Yes. And now 17.5. It's car revival. And now I'm going to get 17.5. That's 17,000. Now I'm going to get 5. Do it. Do it. Got her. Now 18,000. Go back. Got it. Now 18.5. 18.5.
We're close. Let's lift that reserve.
When the seller lifts the reserve, that's when the bidding counts. The war goes on, the bidding goes on, somebody's going home with the deal.
It looks like your kind of car. No?
No, we don't want that. I don't want that.
Okay.
Got to get a 19.5.
Come on, come on. Whoa, they're still getting up. 19,000. Let's lift reserve. Let's gamble.
19,000 now fired. 19,000 right there. Lift the reserve. Lift that reserve. I got 10,000 now fired. Buddy, now we get that 10,000. 20,000.
Hey, hey, reserves off.
It's off. Somebody time. 20,000. 25. Let's go. 20,000. 25. 25.
We don't want no more. Totally out. You sure you are. I don't want you to go home and tonight be crying because you didn't buy the Mercury bill. He's out.
Hey, buddy, buddy, get him back in. Get him back in.
Well, I would say one thing. Do you think you got it for the right price?
Most definitely.
That's a little bit unusual for what we've seen coming across the auction block so far today. Why did you need that car?
That was the year I was born, and I'm a Mercury nut.
Well, you got two things right there. Now, what are you going to do with that car?
I'll play with it for a while, and then I'll market it down the road.
As we wrap up this episode of Vicari Bidding Wars, we leave you with a few more images of Henry Shane's amazing car collection. But we're not quite done with collections. When we return to Nocona, Texas, we'll get to see the awesome assortment of cars being assembled there by Pete Horton. Join us then.